Just commenting on the number of attorneys in the room today. Yeah. All right, let's begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the May 12th meeting of the Shawnee County Board of County Commissioners. I'm Aaron Mays, representing District 3, currently serving as chair. On my left is Commissioner Bill Rippon, representing District 1, and on my right is Commissioner Kevin Cook, representing District 2. Good morning. Good morning. First item, please.
First item is item 3, consent agenda.
There are 7 items on the consent agenda today, and I would move for approval.
Second.
A motion's been made by Commissioner Mason, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item 4, new business A, County Clerk number 1, consider all voucher payments.
Okay, under building and maintenance, shingle lawn and landscape, $24,000. That's for the irrigation and seeding of Gage Bark Park. If you haven't been out there, it's double the size it used to be. Under bridge project, King Construction Company, Inc., $148,770.64. It's for the bridge replacement, Southeast Laurel Road Bridge over Tecumseh Creek. Under 911 telephone, Midwest Mobile Radio Services, $10,596. It's for the yearly rent for tower space on Radio Tower. Under sewer districts, City of Topeka, totaling $216,930.98. It's for the first quarter operation and maintenance of sewer districts number 2, number 6, number 65, and Sherwood. Our total vouchers as of May 11th, 2022 was $1,645,315.59. If there's no questions or comments, I would move for approval of the vouchers.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon and seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item A2, consider correction orders.
I'll move for approval of the correction orders.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item A3, consider approval of resolution number 2022-32, authorizing temporary 2022 cereal malt beverage license to Christopher Bowles to sell beer at Dover Heritage Days on June 18th, 2022. And Commissioners, this is, as it said, it's just a temporary permit. Mr. Bowles currently has a CMB license at his establishment in Dover, and this will just allow him to have and sell cereal malt beverage at the Heritage Days. And I'm sure the people in Dover would love to have this approved.
I'll move for approval.
I'll second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Mays. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Hope that's a fun time for everyone. Next item.
Item B, information technology number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C-149-2022 with CBS Manhattan, the sole source for the purchase and installation of a door access control system at the Administrative Services Building at the cost of $33,045 with funding from the Courthouse Security Project budget.
Morning, Commissioners. Mark Price, Information Technology. First off, this is not actually a project budget. It's actually the Courthouse Security Capital Outlay item that was created back in, I think it was 2019, is where the funding would come from. This is just to secure the new building so we can lock down areas that are non-public for the security of our employees.
Okay, questions for Mark?
Motion to approve the sole source contract.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item B2, consider authorization and execution of contract C-150-2022, annual agreement with LogMeIn, Inc. for remote computer access services at the 500 count tier at a cost of $2,800 with funding from the 2022 Information Technology budget.
Morning, Commissioners. Mark Price, Information Technology again. This is just our annual renewal for LogMeIn. We took this to the 500 level tier in 2020, and I checked the numbers to see if we could go back down because of the change in things, and we are still at over 300 people that have access and are doing remote work from time to time. So we'd like to keep it at that level, and it's come in very handy for our staff when they've needed to work remotely.
Any questions for Mark?
I'll make a motion to renew the annual contract with LogMeIn Incorporated.
Second.
Okay, motion has been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Item C, Facilities Management, number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C-151-2022 with SHI to purchase a 3-year subscription of AutoCAD software at a cost of $4,774.45 to be paid from the 2022 Facilities Management budget.
Good morning, Commissioners. Nelda Henning, Director of Facilities Management. As the clerk had mentioned, this is for a 3-year contract with AutoCAD. We bought a 1-year subscription last year. The costs have gone up a little bit this year, so by buying a 3-year subscription, we can outlay the cost for a couple of years. The cost for 3 years is slightly less than to do an individual 1-year contract over 3 years. And I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Questions for Nelda?
No. I'd move for approval.
Go ahead.
No, I'll second. Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon and seconded by Commissioner Mays. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Item D, Planning, number 1, consider approval of the 2022 fireworks stand applications for the sale of fireworks from June 27th to July 5th, 2022.
Good morning, Commissioners. Joni Fedani, Interim Planning Director. And as the clerk mentioned, we're here today with applications for fireworks stands. This comes from Resolution 2006-11. Fireworks stands are allowed from June 27 to July 5th. The applications have to be turned in by the end of April and then before the board by the 1st of June in order to allow these fireworks stands to proceed. We did have 23 applications this year that were approved by the zoning administrator, the Public Works Department, and the Sheriff's Department, and then they are here today. We have 8 that occur in District 1, 6 in District 2, and 9 in District 3. So they are pretty well across the county all the way. Do you have any questions?
Any questions for Joni?
I'd move for approval.
Second.
All right, motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon and seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Thank you very much. Next item, please.
Item E, Solid Waste, number 1, consider approval of awarding bid for the purchase of industrial and commercial containers to Downing Sales and Service with funding from the 2022 Solid Waste Operational Fund, which is 100% user fee funded and not taxpayer supported.
Good morning, Commissioner. Bill Sutton, Shawnee County Solid Waste. Back in March, we went out for RFP for both my industrial containers and commercial containers, so my roll-off and my dumpsters. We had 2 vendors submitted 2 bids apiece, and what we're trying to do is establish a per unit price so as we order these. In talking with Betty, she suggested I put a hard limit of $100,000 on this bid request. That is a not to exceed $100,000 for the containers that we purchased this year, just the various sizes. So we are asking the Commission to approve utilizing Downing Sales and Service for our container vendor for this year. So, and this is 100% user fee funded with no tax dollars used. Subject to your questions.
Now, it looks like it was quite a bit less than the other bid that we received, so
Yeah.
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Bill. Next item, please.
Item F, County Councilor, number 1, Administrative Review Committee report and request for public hearing to consider a tax exemption for Hill's Pet Nutrition, Inc.
Good morning, Commissioners. Ashley Beekert, Assistant County Counselor. I'm here before you today as the Chair of the Administrative Review Committee. That committee met on May 4th to consider an application filed by Hill's Pet Nutrition for a tax exemption of their Small Paws facility at 1035 Northeast 43rd Street. At that meeting, the committee voted unanimously to recommend to you a 10-year, 100% tax abatement on this property. Today, all we're asking you to do is take 2 actions. The first is to acknowledge receipt of our committee report, and secondly, to set this matter for public hearing on May 23rd, 2022, so that you can consider the application at that time. Be happy to answer any questions.
Okay, should we do those in separate motions or
Sure.
together? All right, so I would make a motion that we acknowledge the action of the committee.
Report.
Okay, the report.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. And the next was to
Set the matter for public hearing.
Set a public hearing. Do we need to have a date specific? Or?
May 23rd, 2022 is what was discussed with the committee and the applicant, who plans to be here on that day.
Okay. So, then do with the date specific, you think? Okay.
Yes, we need to.
All right, so I would make a motion that we set a public hearing for May 23rd on this matter.
Second.
All right, motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. Next item, please.
Item F2, consider request to issue an RFP for the Starmontville Event Center food and beverage services.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jim Krause, Shawnee County Council. You will recall a few weeks ago we had an item on here to extend the contract of Heart of America Services, who provides food and beverage services to the Stormontville Event Center. We extended that contract from August 31st to December 31st of this year. One of the reasons why we did that was to give us sufficient time to issue an RFP for food and beverage services for the facility. I've drafted that RFP. It is ready to be issued. It would include a walkthrough by interested vendors. It would include an opportunity for them to submit written questions to us that may not be answered in the RFP or through the walkthrough, and then a submission date of July 1st. And then ultimately, the Board of County Commissioners would select the vendor to negotiate a contract with for that item. That's the outline of the RFP. I would expect to issue it next week if approved today, and I'll be happy to take any questions you might have.
Questions for Jim?
I don't know that I have any.
I'll move for approval.
Second.
The motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon and seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim. Next item, please.
Item G, Health Department, number 1, request approval of emergency management to submit the FEMA Public Assistance Grant and for the Health Department to issue a request for proposal for a mobile unit.
Good morning, Commissioners. Teresa Fisher, Director with the Health Department. One note to make in that request is it will actually be a request for quote, not necessarily a proposal. Just wanted to make that note. And then also, unfortunately, Nelson Castile with Emergency Management is unable to join us in person as planned today. So this is really a two-pronged request. The first is for Emergency Management to be able to submit the FEMA Public Assistance Grant. We would be working with them in order to see if FEMA would cover the mobile unit that the Health Department desires to purchase. The second part of the request is then for us to go out for a request for quote and follow the Shawnee County purchasing policy in that. So this was a project that had been reviewed and recommended to move through the Spark Committee, and then it was at the request that we first apply for the FEMA grant to see if that would cover it before using the other funds. Be happy to answer questions right now.
Questions for Teresa?
I'll move to approve the emergency management to submit the FEMA Public Assistance Grant, and I would move also to approve authorization for the Health Department to prepare and submit a request for quote for a mobile unit.
Okay, I would second both of those. So a motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Mays. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Item 5, public comment.
I don't have anybody signed up for public comment. Is there anyone from the public wishing to speak? Seeing none, next item, please.
Item 6, administrative communications.
Okay.
Good morning, Commissioners. Kellen Seitz, Oakview Group 360 in the Stormont Vale Event Center. Reminder, graduations are this weekend. We have 3 separate districts doing their graduations on Sunday. Quick reminder to everybody, noisemakers are not allowed in the building, so air horns, cowbells, things like that, so just keep those things at home. If you do plan on coming out to join us, plenty of ample parking, and then we kick off our celebrations with not the circus, but the carnival that takes place in the parking lot for the next 2 weeks. So looking forward to getting everybody on summer break and enjoying the nice weather.
All right. Thank you, Kellen. Anyone else? All right. Commissioner Rippon.
Nothing to report.
Commissioner Cook.
You had a very efficient JADO meeting last night, so.
It was a short meeting. It sounds like we're going to have a special meeting, though, before too long to look at a couple other items that weren't able to make it on the agenda. So we'll announce that as the time comes. I don't have anything else to add. So,
Mr. Chairman,
yes.
You might note there's no meeting on Monday.
Yeah, there is no meeting on Monday. Thursday, I'll be calling in remotely, and so probably have the vice chairman chair the meeting for me in my absence. But all right, next item, please.
Item 7, executive sessions.
We do have a need for executive session today, so I will move that we go into executive session for a period not to exceed 4 hours for the following reason: to discuss personal matters of non-elected personnel, specifically to perform department head evaluations. We're going to plan for 4 hours with intermittent breaks as needed. No action is expected following this executive session.
Second.
Okay, so a motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Let's begin at 9:20 and give everybody a few minutes to get down there. We're in executive session. Good? All right, we are back from executive session. No action was taken. We are adjourned.